way of introducing this live, which I'm excited for and also slightly terrified.
I think we're both slightly terrified. We are prepared, friends, for the record. Don't know, like, we know that you all like came correct in the private group page. You gave us so many wonderful suggestions. We don't have all of your suggestions for this tasting, but this is surely going to be a regular feature because we are so excited about it. We did bring in a few for today, but we've got some water so we can cleanse our palate in between. We are really nervous.
It's a lot. We got
there's electronics,
spoons,
water.
That was the first thing Christine said. She's like, okay, we have food, we have water, and we have very messy liquids. Like, what could go wrong? And the answer is everything. But,
yeah,
you know.
considering, I mean, the electronics, I'm just so nervous. Oh, Coach, you were there the couple of times that I've actually spilled. I talk a lot with my hands, and I'm very, like, dramatic. I have a flair with talking with my hands and just spilled it, and I had to edit that out. And there's no editing in live, so we're going to see how that works out.
Literally the day you left to go to Japan, by the way, I spilt my coffee all over my desk. And it was like the universe was saying, Christine's not here, so you got to pick up the slack.
You do. You have to pick up the slack. Well, we're going to go ahead and get started, get right into this, friends. So if you're catching this on our podcast, on the typical Wednesday Quick Bites, great. Well, wait to hear from you guys what you think about us. If you're here live with us, then let us know if there's something that you think about the specific fuel that we are sharing for today. I think it's suffice to say, Coach, 100%
Oh, 100% unsponsored. I went to the running store and literally it was like a wall. I posted it on the Instagram and there's just like a wall of fuel. And I'm sitting there and I think the worker probably thought I was nuts because I like would pick stuff up, put it down, pick stuff up, put it down. I'm like, this sounds disgusting. I'm like, should I get it? Should I not to get it? And I'm having this outward debate with myself. And then I'm texting you on the side and yeah, it was an experience and a half because it's been a while since I've tried any other fuel other than my standard.
So I'm glad that you said that. I actually forgot one of the fuels. I have to go run and get it at some point. But but yes, I too was I felt like I stayed in front of the fueling area much longer than the store felt comfortable. They were wondering if I was case or what the deal was. And I already knew what I had to pick up your selection. So I was just trying to match it and then kind of look over what other possibilities we have for the future. But
it felt like you were at a convenience store and you were trying to pick out snacks because you're like, there's so many options. What do I get? And I'm pretty sure the person who was working there looked at me and I had to explain what I was doing. And I don't know if it was lost in translation, if it was just they didn't get it. They're like, okay. And I'm like, listen, I'm like, what we do for our brunchers, this is a sacrifices we are willing to make in order to have really good content is to do snacks upon snacks.
Yeah. Always makes me laugh. But I think you guys are, if you heard our Saturday long brunch over April Fool's weekend, very organic in the conversation where we were talking about, I'm not sure exactly what, but Coach Shelby's like, we should these. And it's like, oh my gosh, we have to make that happen. And then it's quickly become an obsession. Now we will out of the gate. These are a bit more on the tame conservative side, I would say, because quite a few of the things that we want to review will be things that we're going to have to actually order. So things, it's probably the best way to describe it because we are planning gels, goo, chews, candies.
Hey, you rhyme.
Electrolyte,
you're a poet.
Everything. I know.
You're a poet. You didn't even know it.
Definitely when it comes to this. So gate friends, we are excited to make this happen. Coach, do you want to go for it?
I am not excited for these because I do not like jelly beans at all. I think they're disgusting, but again, I got the caffeine ones because if you guys have listened before, you know I'm not usually a caffeine person, but these are the Jelly Belly Extreme Sports Beans. What makes them extreme? Right there, out of the gate, the marketing. I want to know. Are these
Well,
like pop
okay.
rocks? Oh, that'd be
Yeah.
a good idea.
I think what makes them quote unquote fact that they do add caffeine to them. That's it. So if you guys are not caffeine in your fueling type of fans, like it's essentially the exact same thing. You could actually look at all of the ingredients in the back, and this is 100%. I mean, it even says Jelly Belly, so we know it's a jelly bean. They
I mean,
just
there's no
don't have.
hiding it.
They probably maybe as much of salt potentially, and it doesn't have caffeine for the regular jelly beans. So again, if you're not a fan of that caffeine, I personally am going to say yes to caffeine in every form fashion. So even in a jelly bean.
I'm
Now
having caffeinated jelly beans as I have 3 shots of espresso over here. Nothing's gonna go wrong.
I mean, yeah.
All right,
We
I have the smoothie assorted variety. They smell. They smell like jelly beans, and they're gross.
Well, how can you not like jelly beans, for the record?
Just I don't know the texture. I think more than anything, but I like that they're convenient.
They do
like
not
smelling
smell
them
like jelly beans to me.
They smell exactly like jelly beans. You crazy?
Okay.
Should I bite it? Oh wait, you can tell everybody what you have to.
Okay, I have assorted, which means that it's got. I just ripped it off. Pomegranate, cherry, and watermelon. If you are here live with us and you've had these, maybe they're your favorites, let us know what you think. I just dumped them out, and it looks to me like I'm going to say the cherry is red. And then we have, which one with the pomegranate? Oh,
I think pomegranate.
The watermelon's probably the light pink, right? And then there's like a medium red that I'm assuming is pomegranate.
Do I have to swallow this?
You're supposed to chew it. Which one are you on?
Oh, I don't know. That one was, it's like a pinky one. It's like pinky yellow. I thought it was lemon. It's not lemon. All right, I will say I'm not a jelly bean person, but if you are a jelly bean person, these aren't bad.
I don't like it.
Really?
Yeah, it's too salted.
Now, on the run, they might not be as terrible because they are like that bite size and they kind of like make your mouth pucker a little bit. So I would probably try them on the run because on the run, my taste buds are vastly different. And I kind of like that this doesn't go everywhere. So for the convenience factor, I probably would try these in a regular jelly bean. Is that weird that I'm against them, but I like them in a weird way?
So you're going to have to try them on your run and let us know. I have tried them on my run, and I think that they are very convenient. I love that they have their own Ziploc container all over your pocket or your fuel belt.
Let's be honest, I'm going to still dump them out.
For the record, it is without a doubt a saltier thing, so I could see maybe on the run where I would like it. But over, these are usually
they don't wow me. I mean, they don't like.
Coach,
I mean,
is any of this going to wow us?
In all honesty, I think this would probably be a really good option on one of those runs that you don't need fuel, but you know you're going to need something. And I mean, I can get down with my bad self on those. I like how you wash your mouth out with water, and I went for the coffee.
That's not cleansing your palate appropriately.
Whatever. This is our show. I'll do what I want. Give you an example of what?
Of what you mean by not needing fuel. Needing fuel. Is it something you would talk like a shorter run where you know that you need a little bit of a boost, or on in your run? What does that mean to you?
So for me, I'm going to go on my specific running so I can kind of give the full bodied answer. Like for a 6-7 miler, I don't necessarily need to bring fuel for myself. Okay. For me at that time frame and that mileage, I'm comfortable without fuel. But depending on the day, if I want to do like a faster finish, I might take this like around that mid run and just to give myself a little bit more in the tank. So again, it's one of those runs to where you might not in your mind traditionally say, okay, I need to bring fuel, I need to do this, I need to do that. But it also couldn't hurt to add in that little bit of fuel. So that's kind of where I say it's that middle of the ground type of run, like right on the cusp.
To the back of their packet, you're supposed to energize one whole pack. So you think you could eat all of this before your run because it's 30 minutes before your activity. You have to eat the whole pack.
No.
And then you have to use as needed during the activity to sustain energy level and then replenish with 1 pack after activity. Always. That seems a little over the top in consumed it without being in our physical activity. I can't imagine the back of it.
Well, and also, real talk here. I don't remember exactly how much this 1 pack is. So I'm supposed to have 1 pack before,
Mm-hmm.
additional during, and then 1 pack after. That's basically like a Chipotle bowl cost for jelly beans.
So when you could just beans, like
Pass.
literally, exactly, you could get whatever. Like you like Jelly Belly, go for it. You like just the old school jelly beans. I like the licorice one, so I am one of the weird people who loves black. I love it so much. You
Two disgusting foods in one thing. Literally, I hate licorice.
And I did pull up the ingredient difference. They do add some extra electrolytes and vitamins to these extreme versions. Just get it into your usual diet in your the case may be. So I think all the way around, I don't think this would be a go-to for me personally.
No, that's a nay for me. Especially, I like how, again, no surprise, you read. I don't. So quickly that turned from a maybe to a hard pass in the Jelly Belly. Sorry,
guys.
If
you were to review it on a scale of 1 to, what would you say? 5 being like, absolutely, this is, and 1 being, I will never purchase this again.
Okay, cost-wise, never purchasing it again.
Okay.
Honestly, never purchasing it again. On a taste purely level, I'd probably say it's like a 3. Like, not the worst thing I've ever put in my mouth, but definitely not the best. You can draw your own conclusions from there, everybody.
All right, friends. Well, we are rocking and rolling right on. So I think we're done with that particular one. Which one's next, Coach?
I think we're gonna do the honey stinger chews.
So it feels like to me, if you don't like jelly, you're not gonna love chews either, right? Because it's that gelatinous material that I don't think you like.
No, because the jelly beans kind of have like the hard exterior, and then they have like a mealy center. To where chews, I think more of like gummies. No?
Okay. So you're okay with gummies? Do you eat gummy bears?
Again, like if I'm in the mood, I actually used to love Muddy Bears, which were.
I don't even know what that is.
Did you not have a childhood? Okay, there are gummy bears that are covered in chocolate.
I've never heard. Very curious if
you never had those at the movie theaters. Okay, if anybody's ever heard of Muddy Bears, they were like the best thing to mix in your popcorn as a kid. Okay, sorry, we're getting off topic.
No, never heard of that at all. So I'm curious if anybody's heard that.
Oh God, these smell disgusting.
I haven't smelled yet.
Oh Lord have mercy, they smell disgusting. They smell like those vitamin C gummies that you never actually want to eat, but you do it because it's good for you.
Well, I have to tell you, out of all that they had, Orange Blossom is probably the one that I would pick the least, even though I love citrus.
I love citrus, but what, you really would have picked these last? They were at the checkout. They were my last resort.
I do want to say that Nikki is here saying that she has no idea what a Muddy Bear is either. So you made that up, Coach, didn't you?
No, I didn't. Literally at my local movie theater when I was growing up, they had Muddy Bears, and they were the best thing ever. And it's how I would eat gummy bears, because basically I am a 5-year-old, and if you put chocolate on anything, I'm gonna eat it. Oh, as I see, I just spilled my coffee almost. That's exactly what we were afraid of.
It's only a matter of time. I am super worried, and then for some reason I put my water on all the electronics. Why did I do that? I have no idea, but it. Okay, so back to the honey stinger energy. It's sweeten the burn. I love how they say tested by professional, collegiate, and everyday athletes alike. Makes delicious products for every stage of your athletic journey.
Listen, all the collegiate athletes are just drunk and don't care what they're putting in their mouth.
No, collegiate athletes are broke and they're just literally like picking up whatever is getting for free. So because this is expensive. So yes, I would say it smells a little bit like and it looks a little bit like a gumdrop. What does it look like to you?
I don't really know.
It's like a
These
silicone dome.
It looks like what you would put, I guess, a gumdrop, like what you would put on a gingerbread house. But you know what? They are organic, so
Okay. Actually, these look like
they got my interest.
Like little tiny silicone implants for Barbies. Like you can. They do.
I mean, so are they like nipple covers for runners?
No, these are definitely triple D's. Look how big they are for a Barbie girl. Anyway.
All right, I'm gonna make you taste them first.
I was gonna cheers you and say we should both do it.
Okay, fine. Cheers our camera. Oh, yeah.
I love how you.
I'm taking like dainty bites, and you're like, you took the whole thing. Oh my god. No. The texture on the outside is what's getting me.
I like it.
Really?
I like it. I love it, actually. I think it's super yummy. Now, if I had to eat the entire package before going out for a run, I highly doubt that I would do that. A serving size is 6 chews. That means that there's 12 in here. I can imagine
doing math.
I can't imagine that I would do 6 chews at one go. Seriously, I just can't. But now I'm curious, does anybody actually consume the entire product that they're fueling with the way the actual packaging tells you to do so?
I would probably safely say most people are like me and did not read the full index, find out its life story, learn about its family history, have a nice sit-down therapy session.
You're putting it into your body and counting on it to help you with your fueling to get you back home. Yeah, I'm probably not consuming that. I mean, I would consume it. It would take, but it tastes good, but I wouldn't eat the entire package or the entire serving size. So I doubt that it would really help me, but I'm curious.
All right. On a scale of 1 to 10, taste-wise, purely.
Wait, 1 to 10, we were just at 1 to 5. No continuity here.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
1 to 5 on taste, I would go with 4.
Really?
Yeah, I like it.
I think I'd rather have the Jelly Belly.
Oh, I'm shocked.
The outside's what's getting me. The inside's not bad, but the outside, it's not. I mean, the taste is okay. It tastes like a discount Starburst.
I think you just called me cheap.
Well, you can have my pack.
You're like, girl, clearly you can't even have the brand name Starburst. Here you go.
Yeah, no, I would buy the Jelly Bellies over this. Even at the cost, just like pure taste wise, the Jelly Bean's better.
I'm still going with these over the Jelly Bellies, which is maybe it's because I do love jelly. So for me, they're like an abomination of what a jelly bean should be. All right, friend, let's do it.
My face is any giveaway. I'm like disgusted.
Yes, that's why we're doing this on video live, because your face is. I couldn't keep it all to myself, my love. We had to share it with the world.
I have resting fuel face. Is that a thing?
Oh, there's nothing resting about it. It's incredibly active. It's actively expressing your disgust without a doubt.
It's painful. Okay, sorry. I'm okay. I'm not, but I'm okay.
The next one is definitely something that you are very concerned about because you hate watermelon flavor.
I did not take this challenge lightly. I'm like, if I'm going to do this, I have to do things that I don't like, because I feel like that's the only way to get a fair representation of if it's good. You were oddly excited, but okay, for the record, this is the Cliff Blocks salted watermelon. Do you know what Coach Christine kept calling it? Salted margarita.
That's what
it's 5 o'clock somewhere in her brain.
It's supposed to salted sounds like an amazing flavor, and I think they should add it. Okay, so let's see. We're not getting value really, but you're supposed to have 3 pieces at one go for this as your recommended serving size. And it has 150 milligrams of sodium, so there's the extra salt. I am a salty sweater, so any chance that I can have to replace the salt. This one has 2 times the sodium of the other products that they put out, evidently.
I'm a little excited about this. It smells really good, and the outside's not chalky.
I love watermelon. Oh my God, if it's like watermelon Jolly Rancher, forget about it.
We're gonna find you passed out on the floor with like wrappers everywhere.
If it had caffeine, I would probably end up myself in like the hospital. I think it smells amazing.
It smells really good, and I'm sorry, I'm like mouthing this on camera. But no, already I pick these over the honey stinger.
No, I don't know that I say that yet. Try it first. It's got a lot of salt.
Well, I'm a salty bee, so it fits.
I like how you're taking a tiny. Ooh, Shelby.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm just gonna have the entire thing. So
Definitely salty.
mm-hmm.
But on the run, I could see it.
Can you guys hear my mouth chew? Mike, I think so.
Probably. Okay, it quickly changes. Okay, nope.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dead air here as we try to figure out our feelings.
I'm very upset with you, Shelby, because your initial reaction made me eat the entire thing at one go.
So you're actually consuming these things. I'm like, no. Okay, so initially it smells amazing. It tastes really good. And
it has a weird after.
You know how people tell you sparkling water, like LaCroix and stuff, tastes like you burped flavor into water? Mm-hmm. That's what that tastes like after like 5 seconds in your mouth.
I think maybe, yes, similar. It's very similar to like ordering a good cocktail and getting like bottom of the barrel booze aftertaste.
So now I'm cheap. Now you're coming at me.
Yeah.
Okay. Girl, see how it is. Gloves are off.
A little tit for tat on those implants from before. So yeah, I think on a taste 2.
Initially, my taste, like at first taste,
you fooled me. Thanks a lot.
It was you're welcome. It was a 4.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 1 for me. I'm still, as funny as it is, the Jelly Belly is still higher out of those 3 for me.
So that was the Cliff Block, Energy Chew, and Salted Watermelon.
Or margarita, depending on what you're feeling that day.
I don't know specifically if I would say, I think for me, out of the 3, I'm still going with the Orange Blossom. I can't see any of these going into my regular rotation, to be honest.
No. No. I want to. I want to. But I don't.
Okay, the next one up, we had to, because it says espresso, and I think we came to the conclusion that if you put coffee or espresso in the name of anything, we're likely going to say yes to it. And I mean, like, seriously, I can't think of one thing. So it is
espresso carrots.
Espresso love, and I had to be honest, these always flip my stomach. By these, I mean goo in general. I have never had a goo and it not flip my stomach.
Really?
Ever.
Well, then there's probably no hope for me. Because I have a sensitive stomach.
Have you never had a goo? Ever?
I've never, ever.
Never
have I ever on the run, on the day. Not in a house, not with a mouse.
Well, you are with the mouse house right here and now. So you're going to supposedly do this 5 minutes before, every 45 minutes, and hydrate along the way. So this is definitely, I would say this is like an OG of the came over originally. Like when I think of fuel, goo is like the OG besides regular food. Espresso Love, it's got 450 milligrams of amino acid, 60 milligrams of sodium, and 40 milligrams of caffeine in the entire pack.
I have to laugh though. Coffee gives me the dreaded runner trots. So I'm like, God, I'm having my normal coffee intake. Then I'm going to take an espresso goo that has caffeine in it. I mean, and they already flip your stomach regularly. So basically, I'll be in the bathroom for the next 3 hours. Thank you very much.
I mean, it's all for the love of the brunch crew, right? So before we decided medicine, like spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. So I've never seen what these actually look like. This looks like caramel to me, and there's no way
it's going to be brown.
Yeah, me too. I thought it was going to be like chocolate brown.
Why are you taking such a big amount? Look at her spoon and look at my spoon, everybody. Mine's like a little dainty spoon. Hers is like...
It looked like...
It smells good. The color's off-putting to me, though.
It's
I would have
caramel.
preferred it to be brown. No, that does not look like caramel.
It's already
Caramel's
sticky.
like
Like
my hair.
I'm already having difficulty here.
All right, before we try this though, real talk, because we're talking a lot about how you're supposed to take these
horrible.
before and after. I think this is good.
Horrible.
It smells like chocolate. All right. Anyway, before I'm so rudely interrupted, do you ever take, like, even your fuel of choice? Do you take it before the run, or do you always do Whole Foods before runs? So I always do a Whole Food snack.
Always. I have never had any of like the for my run ever. I always have Whole Foods, be it a banana, a piece of toast, oatmeal. I'm really big on summer. If I'm running summer evenings, I'll do salted rice. Literally, it's like super easy and it settles well in my stomach, or pretzel. I don't believe, and I'm curious too, do a lot of people consume these before?
Like, it's my go-to advice for people, especially for early morning runners that don't want to wake up and have food, that they can take their gel before the run. I know even applesauce, Amy's a huge proponent of that. But yeah, I'd be interested how many people actually use like these prepared fuels before runs, or if they do go. I'm mostly stalling because I'm terrified of this.
You know, me too. Like, and I don't know how are you spooning it? Are you gonna like daintily like take a little lick?
I want to take a little lick, but I feel like I have not been committing to this, so I'm gonna take my. I mean, granted, it's still a little bit, but I'm gonna take my spoon.
Okay.
Oh my god. Okay.
First,
I feel like I'm getting a headache from the tension of this.
Nikki is saying, Nikki, I hope you're okay to say this out loud and recording it, but in our live comment, she's saying that Goo also makes her visit the porta potties. So I'm telling you, it always flips my stomach. Coach, what's your prognosis?
Give me a minute.
Rachel loves it. She's a Goo girl.
Really?
Sorry, I should have never said that. That sounded really weird.
You know, it tastes like icing and caramel that's been left out for a day and is slightly stale.
I seriously love this.
Really?
Yes, I am shocked, but I like seriously would put it over ice cream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the coffee flavor in it, that is amazing with the coffee flavor.
It's not bad. Mm-hmm. I think my thing is it does still taste a little artificial. So I think that's off-putting for me.
Yeah, I agree with you. However, like although I'm a huge Starbucks fan, I usually don't drink frappuccinos. This is kind of what it reminds me of. Something you would find like a frappuccino syrup.
Yes,
like
yes.
The Monin syrups.
Okay, so like when you have like a birthday cake or whatever, specifically the chocolate frosting, and you ice it and like you cover it to where it doesn't get stale sitting out on the table, but it's just like covered so stuff doesn't get on it. And then you know how the frosting gets a little dry the next day and you can just kind of take a little bit off of it. That's what this tastes like, but not as good.
I mean,
but it tastes like stale frosting.
Frosting that I didn't like, so that might be why I like it. But I do want to let you guys
pre-eaten Tootsie Roll, maybe.
Oh no! Don't liken it to Tootsie Roll. Talk about like the
Let me
weirdest
see your
flavoring.
Tootsie Roll.
Those are just horrible. Now we're getting advice though. Just saying, look, guys, what you got to do is you just have like a shot, and then we've got a couple of people in here, Cool Joe Runnings and Nikki saying that the secret is to take it with a lot of water. I think actually I didn't prepare with enough water for this particular tasting.
I like how Kat's saying, I have the espresso love goo to try. Now I'm scared. Be afraid. Be very afraid. No, I'm just kidding. It's not horrible. Taste alone, I'd give it like a 2.
I would say that it tastes to me like seriously like a frappuccino syrup. So if you like Starbucks and you like, yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
It does, and it has it has enough coffee in it. Well, friend, I am really disappointed because we're at the last one, which I desperately wanted to try.
I just picked it for the name, in all honesty.
That's why we picked it, and I so desperately wanted to try it, but could not find it at my local store. So Coach is going to come in here with the Goo Tastefully Nude, which I'm going to let you guys know that World, when they actually ranked and reviewed every single this came in dead last. So I'm super disappointed that I don't have Tastefully Nude to give my thoughts. So I just have plain old vanilla, and then Coach's favorite. Coach, what's your favorite?
So my favorite is Martin gels, which don't have flavoring. And that is another reason I did decide to try the Tastefully Nude, because I feel like it's the most comparable that I've found to Martin, in just the promise that it's not going to make me gag. Again, I don't have high hopes for this. I'm nervous that my stomach's going to go all wonky with the goos.
Probably, but drink a lot of water.
Espresso it is, just not that gel.
And yeah, probably not that much espresso. You might want to back off of the caffeine and switch to water. So I'm going to go off camera and go grab the Martin gel that's as close to Tastefully Nude as we think it is. Or do you want to try it first, your Tastefully Nude, and tell me if it's anything like Martin, and should I just skip that one and go to vanilla?
Decisions. Try the vanilla. I'm going to try the nude.
How are you cleaning off your spoon?
I have little napkins.
Yeah, I have. It's so sticky. I don't think that I could do it.
That's what she said. Second live and second that's what she said joke.
Okay. Let's see.
It looks just kind of like the Espresso Love. It's just like a less of a tinge to
it's clearer. Okay. So
it smells like plastic you would use in packing material.
I can't tell you how much I wish that I had this one.
You just want to be nude with me? Is that what you're saying?
I do.
I told you guys this could be inappropriate. It is not flavorless. Even though, to be fair, the Martins aren't completely flavorless. This, I can't honestly tell. I still prefer the Martin taste, because the Martin taste has a little bit more of a sugary taste to it. And the texture's thicker. This is still very gooey. I
mean, it's literally called goo.
Wow. Thanks. I haven't gotten that fact. It tastes kind of like you sucked the flavor out of a Lifesaver.
Okay, so the review that I read was that it was this like sugary, but in a bad way.
Yeah, it's not sugary.
They described it as like a weird marshmallow, like a.
They obviously do not know what marshmallows taste like, because this does not taste anything like a dang marshmallow.
Okay, so I'm
not about to drizzle this on my s'mores.
You're.
No, I mean, I will say, if you've had the Martin gels and you don't like the consistency of it, because it is a thicker type of consistency, like you have to chew it a little bit, you might like this. If you're not big into
both
flavoring,
sounds horrible.
Well,
I don't want to chew my gel. That sounds weird.
See, I like that though, because this, to me, I'm gonna gag on it. I think overall, I've definitely decided gels, like in the traditional, they're not my jam. I'm interested to see what you would pick if you had to pick one of these fuel sources. But let's try the vanilla.
Okay, so I'm gonna try vanilla, but it's not going to be a goo. It's a Cliff Shot vanilla, and to look at, exact same serve. Well, it's got like 2 more grams, same calories, but it states you should take 1 packet 15 minutes before activity and 1 to 2 packets per hour during activity. Always follow consumption with water. So
do you think that's to hide the taste, or do you think there's actual scientific reasoning behind
I think there's scientific reasoning behind it. I think that your body probably needs to be able to digest it a little easier, the water, but I don't know. So goo makers, let us know. We're gonna go with, they're all the same color. Did you know that?
They probably
know
do it so they don't have artificial dyes, which I mean, I'm here for it.
Okay, vanilla smells like vanilla frosting.
Stale frosting or like out of the tub frosting?
No, it smells like straight vanilla frosting.
Okay.
And I do put way too much on here, so now I've got to have my little.
You can definitely tell who's the daredevil between the two of us. I'm like, literally, my tongue has been out more in this segment than I think the entire time that we've recorded Brunch.
Okay, seriously, it's like vanilla frosting out of a tub. Without a doubt. Yes.
So is it, is that a good thing?
Like, did you ever have like that very vanilla frosting out of the tub? Because you're team savory, so you probably haven't. But I usually like put spoons into it and eat it.
You and my husband would get along so well. No, I didn't.
The flavor. The flavor profile does change a little bit. Okay, not as frostingy when you give it a second to go down.
Is it kind of like the honey blossom ones that they were promising at first, and then it took a turn? Or no, the Cliff Bar.
No, nothing was as bad as that. That was really disappointing. But it just tastes like corn syrup, and I'm not a big fan of corn syrup. Once you
don't just sit down at the bowl. Yeah. At night, you're relaxing with a glass of wine, a big old bowl of corn syrup.
So now I think that you're right. It is about masking the flavor, because if I would have had water right afterwards, I wouldn't have tasted that weirdness of the corn syrup. Cheers for hydration, friend.
Oh my gosh. I know I didn't consume a lot of these, but I feel like I have a headache now because of them.
It's because of the anxiety of consuming these. And you're also anxious about how often you'd be visiting the bathroom.
This is a great challenge to do for somebody with anxiety. I'm just saying. All right. So out of these alone, if you had to use one as a fueling source, what would you go with?
Oh, I think that they will all flip my stomach come summer, to be honest, every single one of them. So I'm very sensitive in summer here in Florida. I get super nauseous rather easily just by like being in the heat. Which one would make me less nauseous in the summer? I think the Honey Stinger Orange Blossom would probably be my go-to of these 5.
Wow.
And then I think second, so I'm going to rank them in order.
Okay.
First to last. So I would probably do the Honey Stinger Energy Chews, or I was pleasantly surprised by that. Second, oh gosh. Second, I think I'd have to do the Vanilla Cliff shot. Then the third would probably be the espresso, maybe. Yeah. Then the fourth would be the salted watermelon. I'm finishing with the jelly beans. Those were so disappointing to me.
Really?
Not my thing. Yeah. So you rank now, my friend.
Gosh. So my number 1 is the jelly beans. The person who doesn't like jelly beans, that would be my number 1 pick out of these. 2, I guess the Cliff Blocks. 3, the Honey Stingers. 4th, the Nude. And 5th, the Espresso Love.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think I could stomach either of the gels on the run, to be honest. So I'm going to go with, even the blocks, I think, the Cliff Blocks outweigh the Honey Stingers. Texture alone.
I would be really worried about it on the run. I think it would make me sick. But
am I actually going to do any of these on the run? No. So I guess we can rule all of these out for future partners, at least for these flavors.
Well, I think though, this is one of many to come, because there's so many that we want to review, so many that we got suggested. I would love to see you review Glucose and UCAN, since you haven't tried either of those.
As far as I know. Starchy liquid? No, I've not tried either of them.
Okay, I think you'll like them. Glucose to me tastes. Are you a fan of orange flavored things?
I mean, I like orange juice.
Do you like orange pickles?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm more of like a cherry person.
Okay. I don't know.
Apparently,
Then.
I like cough syrup. I don't know. I used to actually love grape, but now I can't even smell grape without getting nauseous.
Ooh, I don't think I personally like the fruit punch glucose, which is interesting too. So like even within the range of different, I love the orange so much of glucose, but I can't have the orange that you can. It's just not palatable to me at all. So I think that's fascinating. Flavors make a big difference, but we'll definitely be trying quite a few. We got some really great recommendations, and we want to see you guys give us more of your preferred fueling source, or you could also let us know something that you've been wanting to try, but you'd like to hear what our thoughts are at first. It's all about just like as unique as our running journeys, because as we can tell from Coach Shelby and I's preferences here in our ratings, it will differ. It's just truly trying to find what works for you.
Our rants and raves is what I thought you were gonna say. I'm like, well, I mean, that's.
I was trying.
You're trying. But you still got the stickiness from the goos.
There's so many to review. I'm actually kind of from Goo. I bet you it'll taste very much like the vanilla.
I can guarantee you, I'm not gonna like that one. I don't even like birthday cake ice cream.
Energy, like I'm pretty interested with that. There's a. But I can't.
Kirsten said Huma. And I know a lot of people love the Huma gels. A couple people in our PMP group, our training group, like them.
Mm-hmm.
So might have to add that to the list too.
And Nikki is asking for Sis Tutti Frutti gels.
That sounds right up your alley.
If friends that have tried the flavors that we just reviewed, what do you guys think about them? Like, what do you think about our reviews? Would that be how you guys also got it? Do you feel like you align with one reviewer versus the other as to your taste? No.
I don't think we sold any of them. Rachel said not selling the nude goo here. I'm like, yeah, I was not trying to. This is not sponsored, not endorsed. These are our unfiltered, sometimes unwanted opinions, but
I'm sure they're for the most part unwanted. And that's okay. Well, friends, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up for now. Be on the lookout. We'll have more of these. And of course, you can catch this on the podcast Quick Bites in the future here. If you want to just listen in instead of actually getting to participate with us live, we're going to have our Time for Brunch long run this Saturday, dropping wherever you listen to podcasts this weekend. And of course, we're going to ask you to sign up for the news because we have a lot of fun, exclusive coming your way for all of our friends that are signed up for the newsletter in our private Facebook group community page. But Coach, I think it's official that we had and we're both worried about what our tummies are going to do throughout the rest of today. So in the meantime, friends, we're going to see you again because regardless of when or where, or even if we're in the bathroom, we're going to be serving up more. That didn't work. More miles with
a side of hopefully smiles.